ॐ ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहि तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहि। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्त्राक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। अथ अश्वलायनः भगवन्तं परमेष्ठिनम् उपसमेत्य उवाच अधे भगवो ब्रह्मविद्यां वरिष्ठां सदा सद्भिः सेव्यमानां निगूढां यया चिरात् सर्वपापं व्यपोह्य परात् परं पुरुषं याति विद्वान्। तस्मै सहोवाच पितामहस्य श्रद्धा भक्ति ध्यान योगात् अवेहि न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशो। परेण नाकं निहितं गुहायां बिभ्राजते यतयो विशन्ति। वेदांत विज्ञान सुनिश्चितार्थाः संन्यास योगात् यतयः शुद्धसत्त्वाः ते ब्रह्मलोकेषु परान्तकाले परामृताः परिमुच्यन्ते सर्वे। So in the last class we have discussed up to this, that when a person basically sannyasa yoga, that to Vedanta Vijnana Sunischitarthaha, and who is that person? The person who is yati. So these are the lines we have discussed in details. That's why we discussed very carefully that when we talk about Chitta Suddhi in one word, purification of mind, it is nothing but managing, handling one's own raga dvesha. So we put it into three orders: refinement of raga dvesha, disempowerment of raga dvesha, and disarmament of raga dvesha. I hope you remember all these 3 points, okay? If not, please refer your notebook or go to YouTube. I don't know how many of you are listening to. So because all of you are Brahma Jnani, okay? However, here, this Shuddha Sattva, this three things together, the one has refined one's own ragadvesha, disempowered one's own ragadvesha, also disarmed one's own ragadvesha. So in three levels, the one who has handled. So that person here, that Vedanta Vijnana, unfortunately, again, my friends, in India, Vijnana means why, people talk about, I want practical spirituality. Have you ever heard or not? It should be practical. Will you talk about some practical spirituality? Why this happened? Because this is also Britishers' way of destroying the culture. So what they did, that they made Vijnana as science. They coined the word Vijnana. Jnana means knowledge, they put. And what is that Jnanam? Information. So any information is called Jnanam. And Vijnana means science. So information with practical uses. So that is called as science. Now they destroyed the thinking of a great culture, Vedic culture. That's why any knowledge, whenever we see the word Vijnana, it should be scientific, you understand? And all were thought of very carefully to destroy the culture. Serious, offense they have made. However, let us not get into. So, Jnanam means objective knowledge. So, Vijnana means knowledge of subject. Can you see the difference? So, knowledge of subject is called Vijnana. Vishesha Jnana. So, what is that Vishesham? The Vishesham is any knowledge that is objective, that is outside. Here, knowledge, the object is not outside, the object is me, myself. So, me being the object of knowledge, you understand? The subject. That's why its name is called Vijnana. And not experiencing, okay? Not practical, not scientific. But one word they coined in such a way, destroyed. Like dhanam. So what does dhanam means? Charity. Hey, I don't need your charity. We don't believe in charity. Charity is a fake word. Charity has no value. And we don't believe in charity either. Because charity you give to poor people to make yourself feel superior. But dhanam is not that. In fact, in dhanam, you understand, you feel, grateful that you are doing something. There is a way, there is a procedure. Like there are many things, let us not get into today. Why I am talking all these things? Now from here, verse number 5 onwards, 5, 6, 7, 3 verses is going to talk on meditation. It's very unique here. Generally, in any text, if we look at, dhyanam comes late. Bhagavad Gītā, after jnanam, karma, then only on 6th chapter comes dhyānam. Patanjali Yoga Sutra. So dhyānam happens to be 7th anga. I hope you remember, okay? And of course, in Goraksha Samhita we have seen dhyānam came very late. Whereas here, it talks dhyanam straight. So when it talks about dhyanam, please understand there are a few points to be understood very carefully, or else it will be really confusion. The first point is that there are two types of dhyana. So we call as saguna brahma dhyanam. Another one is called nirguna brahma dhyanam, which we explained especially in Bhagavad Gītā 12th chapter, that ekarupa ishvaraha, vishwarupa or anekarupa or anantarupa ishvaraha, and finally arupa ishvaraha. Do you remember these words or not? Very carefully we had used these three words. So we'll be seeing that in step by step in this, because we see a person growth in this way. A common person is full of raga dvesha, empowered by raga dvesha, armed by raga dvesha, and of course completely raw raga dvesha, no refinement, okay? Opposite of three. And that's why we call them as pashu. Pashyati iti pashu. Whatever sees, accordingly react. Animal, ityartha. So that's why what you see and you don't process, react, that means that time you are a pashu, animal. And here is being said very carefully that a person who is having full of raga dvesha first has to adopt karma yoga. Why to adopt karma yoga? In karma yoga, there are two steps. So when I am a karta, karta means a doer, or when I work, I take up any karma, there Ishwararpana buddhi is there. Very carefully, please listen to this aspect. Karma yoga consists of two types of buddhis. So when I am a karta, predominantly I have Ishwararpana buddhi. That whatever I do, the attitude is that what? For the sake of Ishwaraha, not for the sake of my likes and dislikes. That's why I offer anything and everything. That's why when I take shower, I don't take shower to clean my body, but for Ishwara, so that my body is available for Ishwara. When I cook something, it's not for my sake, not for my family, for Ishwara. So anything that I do for Ishwara only, my Ishtadevata mainly. And interestingly, same person with reference to bhakta, means when the person becomes bhakta, enjoyer, that time instead of Ishwararpana buddhi comes Ishwara prasada buddhi. That anything comes, it is a prasadam iti. It has come from Ishwara. Let me respect, let me accept. So when these two are together, then only a person is in the path of karma yoga or is called karma yogi. If these two are not involved, can you call yourself as a karma yogi? Definitely not. See the concept of karma yoga and karma yoga. Then after karma yoga, comes here now upasana yoga in between. So this is the point I would like to bring. What is that upasana? So upasana, we say that ekarupa ishwaraha, anantarupa ishwaraha, or vishwarupa ishwaraha, or anekarupa ishwara, both, all the three are one and same. And finally, arupa ishwara. To start with ekarupa ishwara, as my ishta devata, here Uma Maheshwara will come. So I want to relate with a deity, because without relating with a deity, I cannot function. I have full of my likes and dislikes. So let me convert my likes and dislikes from me to that God, the deity. Can you see this point? But there is a problem. My God is better, others' God are not. Chiba, chiba, chiba. That is not going to be helpful either. In the beginning, okay, perfect. Because definitely that fellow is much better than a common person. You understand the concept? So in ekarupa ishwara, upasana, there is raga dvesha, no doubt in it. In fact, stronger raga dvesha sometimes. But it is a diverted raga dvesha. And later on, we say, go to anantarupa ishwara. So to take the shift from ekarupa ishwara to anantarupa ishwara, you need some Vedanta. Because ekarupa ishwara will come by studying Purana. That's why Vaishnavites only read Vishnu Purana. They will never read Shiva Purana because confusion comes. Not Devi Purana. Oh, Shaivite only read Shiva Purana. They will not read any other Purana. You understand? Because there is a confusion. So they don't want to see any confusion at all. So you need ekarupa to anantarupa to shift. So you need to question. At least you need to read other Puranas, if not Vedanta. So when you start reading other Puranas, even if you are a Vaishnavite, you go to Shiva temple, sing Shiva, in Shiva you see Vishnu, no problem. That's why interestingly what happens, if you look at in Shiva temple, Parsva Devata, there will be somewhere Vishnu. In Vishnu temple, in Parsva Devata, there will be somewhere Shiva. Parsva Devata means all sides, okay? So that you see your God, so that you are not intolerant. In temple, all this. That's why if you are ekarupa ishwara upasakaha, you need to visit different temples, not specific temple. People come here, especially, Swamiji, I want to see Lingaraja temple. They won't say only Lingaraj, okay? But the moment they say Lingaraj temple, I understand that the fellow is Saivite, doesn't want to go to Vishnu temple. And some people will come, Swamiji, I want to go to Puri Jagannath temple. Means person doesn't want to go to Lingaraja temple. And some people come, Swamiji, I am not interested in any temple, okay? That's another level, okay? Let me not talk about them. So can we see the differences? So the rule is, when you are ekarupa ishwara upasaka, your duty is, your responsibility is to visit different temples, so that you start accepting, adopting every Ishwara as your Ishtadevata, or different form of your Ishtadevata. So once you accept that, that's why Vedanta Vichara comes in between. And once you do this ekarupa to anantarupa or anekarupa, then only comes arupa. No rupa. That is called jnana yoga. So that's why karma yoga, upasana yoga, Vedanta vichara, then jnana yoga comes, then only moksha. Is it clear? Then only Kaivalya. Or else there is no Kaivalya at all. Now, with this background, I think we should see the verse, okay? Or else I'll be talking more and more on this aspect. Here he says, look, when you want to do meditation, desha, kala, patra, most important aspect. Because without looking at this desha, kala, patra, whether it is saguna brahma dhyana called upasana dhyana or nirguna brahma dhyana called nididhyasanam will not have impact. So how? He also himself says, let us read the verse so that it becomes easier. Viviktadeśe ca sukhāsanasthaḥ śuciḥ samagrīvaśiraḥśarīraḥ atyāśramasthaḥ sakalendriyāṇi nirudhya bhaktyā svaguruṁ praṇamya. Actually, this Upanishad gives one beautiful point where we don't find anywhere, where he highlights that svaguruṁ praṇamya, that one word generally we don't see anywhere at all. So this is to be understood very carefully. Hold on it. Hold on to it. Now he says, look, so who should do meditation? He says the person should be atyāśramasthaḥ. So that means who has crossed all the ashramas. So there are 4 ashramas: brahmacharya ashrama, grihastha ashrama, vanaprastha ashrama, and sannyasa ashrama. So the one who is the top, that means sannyasa ashrama ityartha. Then you may ask the question, what about us? So that means, Swamiji, enough, no more class attending. So this is not meant for us. Don't worry, we have a version for you. What is the version? Remember, here mentally you have to become a sannyasi. This is another point. So what is mentally you have to be sannyasi? So this port, remember, okay? Who is not a sannyasi? Who is having all possession? Who has got full of obligatory duties? Swamiji, I want to attend class, but what to do? I have to take my child to the school. I have to take care of my wife cooking or husband helping. Okay. I don't want to get into too many things, okay? So obligatory duties, because nobody bothers about parents, okay? Very rarely about parents. That's why I did not bring parents at all. They are old. They are more interested in new generation because after all, they are old. Why should I? All are invested interest, okay? Let us not get into too much complication. So they are called, do you know, obligatory duties. Again, it comes because of possession. So P-O, then R. R means what? Relations. What is the most complicated life? The relationship. The more relations, more problem. So then the fourth one is called transaction. The person is always busy, like, street dog. Bow, 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 bow. Everywhere is engaged. Full of transaction, okay? Busy life. So the common person is having this four. Whereas who is sannyasi? No possession, no obligatory duties, no relations, as a minimum as a transaction. That's why when we become brahmachari, so brahmachari means you are supposed to have an antenna, okay? An antenna, tough. Few hairs will be left behind, okay? We call that as an antenna, tough. Do you know what does it mean? It means the person doesn't have any relation except three relations. Guru, Shastra, and Ishvara. A brahmachari doesn't have any other relation. That's why this antenna means this, okay? In fact, you are all supposed to have antenna, okay? How many of you have antenna? Any one of you have antenna? And remember, without antenna, you are not eligible to do any karma. Without shikha, can you do any karma? You are supposed to tie down shikha, then only you are supposed to do karma. So better have, okay, shikha. Even if hidingly, doesn't matter, okay? Some shikha should be there. These are the minimum things, okay? You want to be this, that, it not work, okay? Something. I don't want you to have long shikha, okay? At least little. So, also a sannyasi have these three relations, like brahmachari, guru, shastra, and ishvara. And any sannyasi who is having more relations or lacking any one of them is a disaster. So here he highlights atyāśramasthaḥ. You understand the concept now? So mentally be a sannyasi. Then not only that, second one says, you need to be in sukhāsana. Sukhāsanasthaḥ means you should be in a comfortable posture. So means you should not be uncomfortable. Don't make yourself uncomfortable. And when we talk about the sukhāsanasthaḥ, we can take all the sukhāsanasthaḥ in different level. Be comfortable with reference to annamaya kosha. Be comfortable with reference to praṇamya kosha. That's why nirudhya sakalendriyāṇi will see. Manomaya kosha. Vijnanamaya kosha. You need to be comfortable. Why and how is a big process. Then comes śuciḥ. Śuciḥ means that one should be pure. Of course, one word is not here in this verse. Desha is not there. The place. So you have to provide place also. So when we talk about śuciḥ, remember, this śuciḥ we also imply in different level. Especially these koshas. So starting with first external śuciḥ. The place that you are doing meditation must be what? Clean. Not you slept Last night in the same place without cleaning, without mopping, you want to do japam. Okay. Somebody said, Swamiji, I did japam. And very proudly, Swamiji, I did, 1000 Gayatri japam. Wow. Where did you do? In your room. Did you sweep? Now, what sort of japam you did? Hey, that is not japam. Okay. So minimum thing is what? You are supposed to clean keep the place clean, asana clean, place clean, free from mosquitoes. Okay. Then your sarira, annamaya kosha to be clean. Once you clean annamaya kosha, then you need to do praṇamya kosha cleaning. That's why you need to, synchronize your breathing. Then manamaya kosha also cleaning to be done, so that you don't allow unnecessary thoughts to take over. Vijnanamaya kosha, you don't interfere, your ahankara should not interfere in anywhere and everywhere. Ahankara and mamakara to be diluted. Then only Vijnanamaya kosha will work. So these are put together called as śuciḥ, with purity. And of course, a place which is Viviktadeśe. So Viviktadeśe means a secluded place. Why? Remember, suppose each place has its own beauty. I remember, till now also I remember, okay? I remember, till now also I remember. In Italy, I think, correct, Italy. We went to one so-called star hotel, okay? Because all top celebrities come, like prince, princess, queen, different countries. So in that toilet, okay, washroom, toilet, whatever, it has got laboratory, it has got a different name in different context, okay? In short, bathroom. There is a beautiful chair. Amazing, okay? What is that place? In fact, this is for place of meditation. I'm not telling, I'll add you. I hope none of you are doing it, but still I'm asking you. How many of you carry your cell phone to the bathroom? Hope none of you are doing it, okay? Nowadays is a new habit, okay? Sitting on the, all the youngsters, okay? The study shows now, if you are using cell phone while using toilet, you will have a lot of complications in long run. Anyway, let me not get into that. Is not my talk today. So here is, each place has its own energy. Like when you are in dining hall, what happens? Visualizing on food is very good. Because that place demands. That's why, by chance, by mistake, if we say Brahmarpanam Brahmahavi, Brahmagno Brahmanahutam, Brahmevatena Gantavyam, Brahmakarma Samadhina, what will happen? I remember, if you don't understand what will happen, I remember this, our Stefano's child, Dev, when he was 5, 6 months old boy. So we started chanting, few days, Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavi, Brahmagno, Brahmanahutam. So he understood food. Then after that, we'll eat. The moment we start chanting Brahmarpanam, so he started salivating. He understood, okay, this sound has something to do with food. So he understood, okay? Even if food is in front, no. Unless Brahmarpana comes, then food is not going to start. He understood that time. So it works as a child. So coming back here. So in dining hall, it becomes easier for you to meditate. Sorry, for you to meditate on food. So you need another place. So if you are staying in cities, that's why I love this Italian concept in this regard. Indians don't have really brain in this regard. Very ordinary way of living, only to preserve money, so that after your death your children should enjoy. For example, in Italy, because I am indirectly telling all of you, or especially in Europe, when they do divide the rooms, they put another layer each one, called false layer of wall, so that the false layer of wall will separate the noise of your neighbor, which is most important. Because if you don't do, then what happens? Suppose in your room you are sitting doing meditation, your neighbor starts fighting. So you will not think of your neighbor, you will think of your wife or husband, okay? When our fight will start. So make sure the desham, the place there where you are meditating. Oh, I have crossed the time, huh? So I have gone today out of my way. So you have to be in that. Then how is it? Samagrīvaśiraḥśarīraḥ, being seated straight. Because the head to your back, the spinal cord must be straight. The spine should be straight. And chin should be parallel to the ground. In fact, I'll tell you openly, one trick with this, I'll stop it. Generally, when your chin is little up while talking, that time your prana is higher. Whereas when you are depressed, your chin goes down without your knowledge. So here he says, chin is parallel to the ground, neither up nor down. More of it we'll see. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.